day everyone! This will be my first ever disc golf video. I'm working on a few technique changes. They're going to be really helpful for me. One is turning my shoulders. Instead of reaching back, I'm going to turn my shoulders back. Especially with the reach back, I have a tendency to whip it out and then follow through. It's going to be without the wrist cocked and I'm going to lose a lot of pop at the end. I also have a tendency to have a shallow power pocket. So in the third thing I'm working on is getting the power pocket a little bit deeper before the whip. We're going to play Jervskogen. It's a track I've designed myself because there aren't any really long tracks in the area. So my record on this track is 17 over par, so it's a pretty difficult track. The first hole is to the birch tree in the distance, 185 meters. I'm gonna go with my new Halo Wraith on the first throw. Right side is OB, and you gotta keep left of the first light pole. I did none of the things I'm working on, but that shot was great. 105 meters uphill. Now I have 80 meters left to the tree. I'm going with my Venom hyzer so that I can power down a little and think about my technique instead. It's the most difficult part about playing a course without baskets: putting. Tee pads and putting. Easy part. Hole 2. This is one of my favorite par 3s on the course. It's 126 meters. Basket is a telephone pole around the corner. Not far around the corner, you can barely not see it. Going with my Wraith again. Let's see if this can be the first throw where I follow the technique changes I'm working on. That was a little better. Still didn't get quite the deep power pocket. Got myself 15 meter look mid C2. Let's see if we can drain this. Close. Without a basket. It doesn't matter how hard you hit it, just gotta hit the target. Doesn't matter how high either. So I can hit it 3 meters up in the air or just barely touch it by the ground. Makes it a little more fair since the target is usually half the width, but it's still harder than a basket, I think. Now this is a challenging one. 174 meter par 4. Second shot is the difficult one. First shot doesn't really have a good stance, so it's a standstill pretty much first shot. Then the landing zone by the white sign up there, 100 meters or so. Then it's a tricky turnover after that. I'm going with my Venom on the hyzer. way short, way left. This is pretty tricky. About 100 meters left, quite uphill. I'm gonna go in the left gap. Wish I had a forehand. Don't really have one right now. So, sidewinder it is. Should have put it on hyzer with a lot more power if I wanted it to flip around and turn around the corner. Saving power from this spot, it's almost going to be impossible. But I'll do my best with my paradox. Thank you, tree. Alright, so we got about 35 meters left. The target is the tree without branches in the lower part. Let's see what we can do. Didn't hyzer and drift left as much as I wanted to. First of many bogeys of the round. Hole 4, only 106 meters, par 4. But this was designed by one person that doesn't have a forehand. And this first shot requires a flex forehand. So you can't really see the corner, but on the edge here, it turns 90 degrees right. So what I'm going to do is throw a venom on a flex forehand that hopefully gets to the corner's edge or around the corner. Right side is hazard. I think that's pretty good. A bit short, a bit wobbly, but it's pretty good. The overstable venom came in clutch, panning out, getting full flight and leaving me on the corner. Now we're going for the skinny tree, only 40 meters up the hill. I'm gonna throw a very understable deck. Clearly forgot that when throwing uphill, the disc doesn't keep turning, it stalls out. So I got a long putt. Let's see if this will be the first putt of the day. That would have hit the tree. I think that has to be a miss. Hole 5, it's only 75 meters, but it's significantly uphill and around the corner to the left. I'm gonna throw my FD1 and have it push a little on hyzer. Way too low. Oh well, should be an easy par. well. That's putting on a skinny tree for you. At least it's great right to left practice. And since I'm spin putting quite a lot, it's the right and left practice I really need. Alright then, after a horrible putting double bogey, we're on to a 195 meter par 4, which is uphill at the start. So this is one of the holes I designed to push myself as I progress with distance. So as of now, I can't really go for birdie on this, perhaps with 2 great drives, but instead I'm going to throw my passion in this uphill run-up. Should be good. It could be a little short from the landing zone, which would put me in pretty awful footing, but I think that's good. Definitely a little short, but I have decent footing. I'm gonna go with my shrike, probably on a standstill from there, and see if I can keep it turning a little, open the fairway, see if I can get far enough to have a long jump putt. That's what happens when you throw nose up. Just stalls out instead of keep on turning. Target is a big tree straight ahead. It's a bit far, but I'm still going to try and jump putt it. It's downhill. If I get the right nose angle, it should carry down the hill quite nicely. Yeah, that's good. That's a silly bogey. A really silly bogey. Oh well. I'm not here for putting practice. Hole 7, 290 meters. I put it as a par 6 because I can't get far enough yet. When I throw a little farther, it's going to be a par 5. Going with my shrike, since I'm not throwing that far, and I don't think it's going to flip over for me. I'm pretty close to the fairway, but it's down a bit, so it's bad footing. I'm going with my sidewinder because I think it's going to hold straight a little longer instead of turning over with the speed I'm going to throw it at. Now, this is an interesting throw because it's gonna go around quite a sharp corner. Then it has to pan out and keep traveling. So I'm gonna try to put my shrike on a bit of anhyzer, see if I can get around the corner. And if it's straightened out too much, it doesn't really matter. I just don't want to go short of the corner. So I gotta push it far enough before turning hard right. Stop. The footing is really bad. Oh, what was that? We're going straight down into the sun. This has to be a lean out forehand. Going with my passion. That's why I don't throw forehands. See how the strike does on the forehand. That might be a good forehand this for me. Target is down the gap and a little bit to the right, so it's not that far. Just gotta hit the gap and the disc will carry itself down there. So I'm gonna throw my bird X. Oh, I gotta get over the hill. I'm gonna have a chance. Skipped a little down the hill, luckily, but still way too far from harbor. If it was a basket, perhaps. Right, hole 8. It's only 50-80 meters, but it's severely uphill. So I'm throwing my passion. It's that I'm the most used to at the moment. We've got a pretty long putt. C2 look, about 13 or so meters uphill. $165 par 4. It's a bit uphill, not too much. The main issue is the putting green and this initial gap. Going with my wraith, trying to put it straight and fade out into the fairway. I threw that on hyzer. Went into the woods, heard a tree, so hopefully it's not too far. Could have been worse, could have been better. I'm gonna try something I usually don't do. I'm gonna go with a flippy fairway, a sidewinder on hyzer, and have it stand up a little. I'm not gonna go for the pin from here. It's a bit awkward of a stance. That's pretty good. Didn't flip up because I'm too weak, but also because I threw uphill. And instead of flipping up, it would have stalled out. So I'm pretty glad it held its hyzer. I think that pushed me maybe 5-10 meters extra. The V birch is my target. Let's see if I can put myself up there if it's too far. Par. I'm happy with that par. Now, this is one I haven't really figured out yet. It's 85 meters. It's a really severe left turn. then you gotta push. And if I throw a big hyzer, the wall is gonna be way too close. So I'm gonna try with my paradox today on a lot of hyzer and flip it up, and I think C2 is the best I can do with that, which would make me really happy. Not enough hyzer. Flipped up, pushed straight into the woods. Actually pushed through far enough to get a 30-meter look. It's a bit tricky around the corner here, but I'm stoked with that. Looking at the hole from up here, it's definitely a forehand hole. That's why I haven't figured it out yet. Now, this one is fun. 180 meters, it's quite downhill, bends to the left, pushes straight, par 4. So to open the fairway up as much as possible, I'm gonna throw my yarn on a little bit of anhyzer, and hopefully it's gonna pan out and dump around the corner. That's a grip lock if I ever saw one. Right, so I have a tight gap, and then I need a disc to push down the hill. So I'm gonna throw my flippy Rico. The reason I'm not going with a faster disc is so that if the angle is wrong, because it's a pretty unique shot, then the result wouldn't be as bad. Or I can just hit it in a little more. Alright, my forehand will never be better if I don't practice it, so I'm going to try passion forehand, have it pan down the hill. A bit tight. Alright. This is going to be an almost impossible up and down for bogey. I'll bring out my forehand again. FD1 this time. Best fluttery forehand of the day. Oh, there's a small tree in the way. Yes! Finally got a putt in. Oh, finally. Alright, this is only 97 meters. Straight ahead, nothing in the way. But the basket is a tree on top of the hill over there. So it's kind of a tricky green. You gotta try to land short instead of going long. I'm going with my passion here. Exactly what I needed. Thought this would have pushed all the way to the edge, but gotta set the putt instead. Yes. Hole 13, 170 meter par 4. It's around the corner with a rock down there and up to the right. It's about 95 meters down there. I'm tired of hyzering left, so I'm gonna play this safe and go with my Eclipse handle. Why did I throw that so high and so nose up when I said I didn't want to go to the left? Let's see how my heavy record was. See, that line with Envy would have been perfect. This could have been a whole lot worse. I should probably throw a little forehand around the corner and play for par, but as the round's going, I really want to try to get that anhyzer release correctly these ones. So I'm going with my Sidewinder instead of going more overstable, so that I don't have to force it over too much, and it's uphill as well, and we saw earlier that it just stalls out. So I'm going to go hard for the birdie. Yes! I thought I would push forward too much before it started turning, but it followed the woods line perfectly. Let's see if we can convert that great approach to birdie. Yes, perhaps the easiest hole on the course. It's 100 meters par 3, but it's quite downhill. Not much, but a little downhill. So it's to the side down there. I'm throwing my overstable Fishing Envy. That was way left. Let's see what my regular Envy can do. The Eclipse one, it's really beat in, so it's quite straight. That was a good one. Long C2 putt. That was bad. That was worse. That was in. Maybe I should putt with the Fishing Envy. An overstable putt was kind of cool. This one is kind of cool. 121 meters. It's pretty straightforward, a little bit down the hill. I think I'm gonna go with my passion here. I gotta stop throwing those up. There we go. Yes, what par save. This here is a preview to what's to come. 24 meters, significantly downhill. I'm gonna go with my Eclipse Envy. Short, but on a string. Love that shot. Oh, not bad. There we go. Hole 17, 117 meter par 3. It's a little uphill. The tee pad is sloped upwards and there's uphill at least at the start. Usually I go with my Shrike, but the new Wraith has quite a dome to it. And I think that's going to help with this shot. Let's see. Bad shot, great result. Let's see what the Shrike can do. It's pretty similar. I don't want to go that line. Those lucky tree branches, they gave us a look. Well, it's a far one. I love that line. I had no clue it was that far away. Hole 18, 112 meter par 3. It's not uphill or downhill, but what's tricky is you gotta crest this hill and then it's down the same amount on the other side. There's a light pole a bit to the left, so you can hyzer out a little. I really want to go my Wraith, but since I'm throwing uphill, I think the Shrike would be the best one. It's easy to hyzer, stall and hyzer out early, so I'm gonna go with my Shrike. That hyzer way early. Threw them way too much hyzer. Let's see what the Wraith actually can do here. That as well. So bad. What would the flippy sidewinder do? So much better, but like 30, 35 short. Hole 19, 100 meters. I made this to practice my forehand. Not supposed to throw a Venom here. We're supposed to throw like my FD1, but my forehand has been so bad today that I'm gonna throw my Venom. People here, so I'm gonna draw this one up as par. 150 meters, par 4. It's definitely placement forehand shot on the first shot, and then a long backhand drive up the hill. I'm gonna throw my Venom here as well, mostly because of the stability. so happy with that. Best forehand of the day. This isn't that far, but it's really uphill, so I'm gonna go with my passion. Really bad footing here, so I have to do a standstill. I was not gonna throw high there. Oh well. Should be an easy par. Circle tool look. Alright, signature hole on the course, hole 21. It's 185 meter par 3 down the hill. I'm gonna baptize my new wraith with this hole. I did not throw that downhill at all. Let's see what the passion can do. A lot better. I'm gonna try to flex the venom. I gotta throw it down. Can't be throwing straight ahead, I gotta throw it downhill. Passion's good though. 5 meters left of the pin. Got a clear gap, so go with my Berg X. Actually, that ceiling is really low. I'm going to go with my overstable Envy instead. Yeah, it was a good choice, especially for that throw. I thought this one would have gotten closer, but circle's edge. Anime. And that wraps it up at the Jervskogen. A great +5. I'm really stoked with that round. I still got a lot to work on with that technique. Never got those changes down, the ones I mentioned at the start, but stoked on this round.